Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. Today's show is brought to you by RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. HSV Inside Out is also brought to you by Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
Today, Randy and I join you from the shores of beautiful Lake DeSoto and number 15 Torre Del Mar in beautiful Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. From this video fly-in, you can see it's located on the point. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and you too can rent this property at ddvillageprop.com. Again, that's ddvillageprop.com. We thank you for joining and hope you enjoy the show today. Dennis Simpson here at D&D Village Properties. This is number 15, Torre Del Mar. Hope you enjoy it. One of the things we like about our units like this is that you walk in the door and walk out to see the lake. Hope to make you feel comfortable here and still have a pretty stunning view of the lake. This is the point on the end of number 15, Torre Del Mar. It ends up with a 270-degree view. Newly remodeled kitchen right behind you, and a beautiful little patio to come on out the door. It includes the boat deck down below, and the boat dock, I should say. Doesn't include the boat, but the kayaks are down on the landing. Just drop them in the water and paddle away. Once again, the entire point is all for our use. The master bedroom is just behind us and goes right out to the lake. So there's a double access. You can either come from the master bedroom or from the kitchen. Let's go through this way. Where I spend absolutely zero time because I don't know how to cook. Through the hallway into the master, there's the master bathroom. And the master bed that looks directly out onto the channel, the cove behind us, and back that way out onto the main street. DeSoto Lake is about 210 acres. It is extremely clean, very pristine, and usually doesn't have a whole lot of traffic. Just down the way, about halfway down the lake, is a little place called Gilligan's Island, some people call it, but it's a little bitty island inside the lake, and many times we'll have our bald eagles that will come and nest there. Every one of the rooms has a smart TV, so you can put your own profile on, or you can just watch the profiles that we have. You're welcome to use any way you want. We are pet friendly, to say the least, but there are rules and there are laws. And the fact of the matter is that we have a leash law in this county and in the other county. Please do not let your dogs run loose. I know it's tempting, and we have dogs that love to run that way too, but it's just not realistic. The objective of the POA is to keep down dog bites, if that makes any sense. Have a full laundry down here for you, right beside the children's room. I say the children's room, 2 singles, but a full-size washer and dryer, and storage if you need to put floaties or anything else in here. Children's room, again, with a smart TV, ready for your accommodations, or if you have singles that don't want to sleep together, that kind of thing. Couples that don't know each other very well, that kind of thing. Looks right out to the hot tub. Easy access. Those run 24 hours a day, 365, 12 months of the year. We have to keep them open so that they stay heated. And one of the beauties of those things, here's the downstairs master. One of the beauties of the hot tubs is that they stay heated year round very efficiently, I should say. But it does take them quite a while to heat up, so you never can turn them off. They only heat up about 2 degrees an hour. Here we are downstairs, another king bed, another king master, and windows that look out onto the cove. Once again, looking back out this way. Let's take a quick step out the door when you get a sec. And once again, the side bathroom, here's the bathroom easement. Well, somebody lock that for me. We have fishing poles ready for you. Hot tub ready. Just a few steps down to the lake. Always look back that way. I think that's just a gorgeous view. You can see why a lot of people talk about the views from here. And frankly, the views, including watching the bald eagle fly down the lake, is kind of impressive. If you look just straight ahead over the top of the boat dock, you'll see the main marina is down that way. That's the Waypoint Marina here. They also rent boats. They rent kayaks. They rent paddle boats, all kinds of boating equipment. They usually have great music. They're always open during the summer hours, but they do sometimes have extended hours during the fall and winter. See if we can get some of the brim here. Look here. Oh wow, look at all the brim here. Well, thanks for coming by today. D&D Village Properties, you can book online, ddvillageprop.com. The view back up that way. At night, you'll have the lights twinkling above the top deck or the bottom deck, and you can sit in the hot tub and look out over the point. Only about 3 properties in the entire village like this that are located right on the point. Kind of unique possibilities. Dennis Simpson.
talk faster.
Old man walks in, he's got a kid with him that doesn't have any ears. And somebody told him, he said, don't make fun of the guy with the son without any ears, so that really hurts his feelings. It's okay. So his buddy's kind of just looking at the kid. He said, what are you looking at? And the guy said, he said, good looking head of hair on that kid. Good looking head of hair on that kid. The other one says, what are you looking at? He said, neck. This kid's got a good neck. Got a pristine body. It's like a Roman neck. That's the other guy. Well, what are you looking at? He said, his eyes. His eyes. He said, well, why are you looking at his eyes? He said, because he ain't ever going to wear glasses. Anyway. Anyway. And
what's that cage for?
That's a kennel for dogs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I as I'm looking around here, I told Karen to come over here. This is ridiculous. I've got it's a dozen little things that just drive me nuts. So I know how it is with you too. You're the same way.
Yeah. Okay, so tell people where we are.
We are at number 15 Torre del Mar. We're on the point of Lake DeSoto. Though on this particular lake, there's only like 3 of these, and Randy's going to spin us around real quick. It is stinking gorgeous a fair analysis, Randy?
Yeah.
It is just beautiful. Diane and I, from the day that we were able to find this place, and we thought, man, if we could ever afford something like that. Number one, the prices are nowhere where they are now, that's for sure. But number two, it was just incredibly beautiful that way. And it's a little crooked as you turn it back that way. We were looking downhill. But anyway, where I'm going with this, we're at 15 Torre del Mar. This is part of D&D Village Properties. And we rent this little bad boy out. It has a master upstairs with a king, a master downstairs with a king, and a double. And if you have to have an air mattress for kids, we can do that too. But if you can see back behind us, there's a beautiful boat dock. Let me see if I can show it back behind me there. There you go. There's the beautiful boat dock. Look past my big bald noggin. And you can park your boat there. We usually have ours there also. But the reason we're here today is not because of number 15 Torre del Mar, Randy. We're going to talk about how the village has changed you. And I know you may not want to talk much about that, but we talked about making lists of little thumbnails of things to talk about, and I just couldn't. I noticed how it
couldn't come up with anything.
No, I couldn't get away from the part of, I've known you 3 years now. You've been here about a year.
Yep.
And you may be busier than ever, actually, which is ironic for a guy who moves to a retirement community. But if you're comfortable answering that, are you okay?
Yeah. But I think there is an elephant in the room there, that whole retirement age. I mean, I run into an awful lot of people here they're busy. Now, they're busy in the ways they want to be busy,
right,
by and large. But, yeah, I don't know.
I know. Rhonda
says we bought the house in March of 2023, and we moved. We basically moved in. We weren't living here much.
But you brought all your stuff.
We brought, yeah. And we split our time. In all fairness, we split our time between Dallas-Fort Worth and here, and that's largely driven my work. My work is right now, it's all in Texas for starters, and most of it in Dallas-Fort Worth. So we're back in Dallas-Fort Worth half the time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the blood pressure probably has gone down, although I don't have high blood pressure. Rhonda does, but.
So how about the stress?
Yeah, it's just, last night we're sitting out on our patio at the back, just, and listening to just the night noise and stuff. it took a while. It just took a while. When you come from a place like Dallas-Fort Worth, there's just this noise. There's just this constant hum, of city life, which when I was younger was attractive. I loved it.
Yeah.
Just, you just realize that you're in a town with millions of people and there's a lot going on. And even though I didn't participate in stuff necessarily, you're where the action is. And at some point in your life, you realize, I don't want to be where the action is. I want to be where there's as little action as possible.
Now, it wasn't like y'all were living downtown. You were in the burbs-ish.
Oh, yeah. No, we were in the mid-cities, they call
Yeah.
it. So we were in the affordable side of the Metroplex, as people jokingly say. We were in
affordable
Tarrant County. We were over toward the Fort Worth side
Yeah.
of stuff. But I've worked in Dallas for decades.
Yeah.
And just, the traffic. No, now, every time we go back, it's just like, it's just,
I think
it's just a
part of this,
beating.
let me interject here because you touched on something that I want to share. We're sitting at an Airbnb. We're sitting at a rental, right?
Yep.
We have people that roll in, they're here, they take their pictures, they get their stuff, and they go again, and they go again, and they go. To really get something out of the village like you have.
Oh, it takes more than a visit.
Well, you got to slow down.
I'm encouraging everybody to visit. Yeah, well, you got to slow down, which tell that to somebody that's coming in here from Chicago or, even a place like Nashville. If you're coming from any kind of a metro area, come and stay for a week, and you'll think it's had an impact, and you'll be wrong. It will have had an impact on you, but it won't have had the impact if you keep coming back. Yeah, I encourage everybody who comes over here, don't just come over here for a weekend, then call it a day and think, well, that was nice.
Yeah.
No, you can if that's all you're into, but a big part of our audience, as we know, they're looking for the next place to land. They're people that are our age, people that are retirement age or close to it, and they're looking for the next place to land. And if you're looking for the next place to land, whether you come and you rent a place like this, which, by the way, what's the website if we want to check this out?
ddvillageprop.com, ddvillageprop.com. And for the word, just FYI, you say, I'm not interested, I don't care that much about it, come to ddvillageprop.com and go to the live Lakeview cam just to see what the lake looks like today. It's gorgeous. It's just stinking gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. A weekend doesn't do it justice. A weekend, you don't have any idea where you're at.
Yeah.
So, we meet people all the time. I was thinking about this on the drive over. So Brad Beaumont, friend of the show.
Oh, fantastic guy.
What
brought 15 families to the village?
I think he's up to 17.
17.
So you got somebody like that, who comes from California and he brings his whole posse with him.
He's a disciple. He's a witness.
Yeah. But man, I run into so many people that have moved here and they didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
They came over here.
Yeah.
They hooked up with a real estate agent, Remax of Hot Springs Village,
ding,
sponsor of the
ding.
show.
Yeah.
And they spend a weekend and they're like, yeah, this is pretty great. And they don't even know. They don't even know how great it is.
Well, so
and answer your question, it's changes in all the good ways. I don't know. It's just, it's quiet. I'm as busy as I want to be. I'm busier than I really want to be professionally, which I'm not griping about it. I'm happy that I've got clients. I'm happy to have, keeping the paycheck going. I'm not going to retire. I'm not going to stop working, Dennis and I both are kind of wired that way. We're busy. The fortunate thing is I can do what I do remotely. And then when I'm in Dallas and Fort Worth, I can
support it.
Yeah, I can do that. I can tell you how it's changed. My big sales point to people would still be dollars. Dollars. So you'd think, okay, well, you're going to come and be in a place like this, like we're showing you.
Oh, it's got to be expensive.
And
right?
It's going to be, it's going to be just insane. There's no way you're going to be able to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And the ongoing cost of living is just going to be just stupid high. And I'm going to tell you, you'd be wrong.
You'd be very wrong.
You'd be wrong.
So a lot of people ask the POA dues, and we don't address this very quick, but it's $110 for a home like this per month. That is fire, that is police, that is security at the front gates, that's paving the roads, that's everything. which if you think about it,
Yeah,
is phenomenal.
qualifier, because some people, like the villages in Florida, so they've got a bond. It's a really complicated
bond.
system. They have a bond that for most people is a 5-figure number, and then they have ongoing fees. But you get to play golf and stuff, and you don't have to pay, or you don't have to pay very much at all.
But you get to wait for days at a time before
And
you get to play.
And here, that $110 a month does not give you free access to amenities. Well, you get free access, but you got to pay.
Yeah,
you got to pay to play. Now it's a discounted rate, but for a person like me that doesn't play golf, I mean, the last thing I want to do is move somewhere where I've got to pay $500 a month, and I could play unlimited golf. Well, I don't play golf.
What does it mean to you? Right?
I don't play golf, so there's $400 a month. I'd just be thrown away. So people do ask a lot about the amenities. We're kind of rambling here.
Well, I want to go a step deeper with that.
Yeah.
So it's not just because you and I are both in the same boat. You're just a little bit older than me, but
I'm a lot older.
You're okay. You're a lot. That felt so much better when you said it.
I'm
that was so much better.
Well, I am.
Well, but you know what? 2 years ago, Diane turns to me and says,
6 or 7 years is a big difference.
That is a long time.
At this age.
Well, you're 66.
I'm 67.
67. I'm 62. So we're 5 years.
Okay.
You know. So my point being,
well, then I'm not a lot older.
You see, not a lot older. So 2 years ago, Diane turns to me and says, "Why are you on top of that ladder?" I'm like, "Well, I got to finish this cabling job for this customer."
Yeah, because you're an idiot. That's
and she's like, "Do you know?"
Because you're too cheap to pay somebody else to climb that ladder.
I hate it when you cut to the chase, man.
Yeah, well, I am too.
Well,
I am too. Until last year I nearly had a heat stroke in the middle of summer trying to clean gutters out, and I'm like, I'm an idiot. Why am I up here doing this?
You know what? I probably can afford to pay somebody to do this.
Ron will tell you, I got down, I sat in a chair, and I don't think I could breathe for an hour.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I was hyperventilating. I was serious. And I've never done that in my life. And I'm like,
wow,
I'm officially an old man now.
Well, here's where I'm going with that.
I didn't know that already.
Yeah, well, you got the memo.
Yeah.
So where I'm going with that is that on one side, we have the age continuum. On the other side, we have the location continuum where they kind of sit on top of each other.
Okay.
You, as an over 65 man in Dallas, there's no problem. There's no whatever. But as you said, you said this on one of our other shows. You said that you would go walking at 4 or 5 in the morning in Dallas. You'd go walking the streets.
Yeah, I'm a hopeless insomniac, and so it was very common for me to be out walking at 3 in the morning. COVID did kind of put a cramp in that because I thought, well, okay, I don't think an old guy needs to be out walking, cruising neighborhoods at 3 a.m.
You don't know that.
Police are liable to think who knows what. Yeah, and at 3 a.m., 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning, and this would happen regularly, even the city is, for a city, quiet.
Ish quiet.
Yeah. You get to 4 a.m. and the hum of the highway, and we were miles away from the highway.
Really?
But the hum of the highways kicks in, and it's just this background noise.
And you just kind of turn it down and go, that's the city, right?
Yeah, you don't, well, unless you're out and about like I was, which nobody is, you just live with it. You talk to people that come from New York City, and the sirens and the hubbub, and you just get used to it. At some point, you just kind of tune it out. Well, you don't have to tune anything out here.
Well, I guess.
Well, you do have to tune stuff out. I can walk out my front door and regularly, at least once a week, I'll tell Rhonda, okay, you come out here and listen to this. Because you're in the house and the door's closed and it's quiet. And you open the door and it's just tree frogs and it's crickets.
It's the sound of nature.
Oh, it's the sound of nature. And it's loud. It's loud. You don't realize how loud it is. It's great. It's glorious. I love it.
Do they have a permit? Because they may need a permit for those frogs being loud.
Yeah,
and all.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, where I was going with that is that location and moving and I'm not making downward spirals here, but the interplay between the age that you are and what you put up with. I don't want to be on top of a ladder anymore, and there's a lot of things I don't want to screw with anymore. I'll see, oh God, there's a great concert. I'd like to, 50,000 people. I wonder when that's going to be on DVD.
Yeah.
When can I download that, right?
Yeah,
I mean, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my age tendencies, and I'm trying not to be that, you kids get out of my lawn thing, trying not to be that guy, but
yeah, but that's aimed at other people. I think what you're talking about is, the aim that we take at ourselves. And to get back to your question, so the change for Rhonda and I took a hard look at this, just like many people that are watching this are probably doing right now.
hopefully.
Wherever you're at, you're thinking, well, winter's coming. Now it's 82 degrees here today. It's glorious. We're coming up on October 2024 as we have hit the record button, and I guarantee you people are already dreading winter. There are people in northern climes that are already dreading winter, and the winters here are extraordinarily tolerable, especially for people that come from those climes. That was important to us. I was not really interested in going further south. I certainly wasn't interested in going further north. So the climate had something to do with it, but immediately I started spreadsheeting everything. For me, it got down, okay, cost. What is the cost of this thing going to look like? And coming from Texas, in a big metro market where real estate prices have just gone ape crazy, it was just really kind of a no-brainer. I've talked to people from Iowa, from Nebraska, from Florida, from the Carolinas, from Nashville, from Chicago. I mean, I'm leaving somebody out. Even the Pacific Northwest, and the cost effectiveness of the state of Arkansas, number one, and Hot Springs Village in particular, number two. And there's no question, housing here is going to be a little more expensive.
You think so?
Than it is in the rest of the state.
Oh, okay.
The rest of the state.
Yeah. Oh,
so if you took exclude northwestern Arkansas, where Bentonville is, and all of that, because of the Walmart boom. Yes, I think there's a little bit. I don't think it's much. Real estate experts could tell us. The premium for a house here is going to be a little higher. I don't know. It's going to be higher if you got in a good neighborhood in Little Rock. I bet you there's not.
No.
I bet you there's not going to be much difference. Great thing about this place is it's not a class-oriented kind of a place.
Which you might think. You might think, well, oh look, it's a private gated community and blah blah blah, and it's very. Is it blue to beige color? Is that what it is?
Well, but look at where we're at. So this is this unit. And the tour of it is going to be at the front end of this video. Is how many square feet?
1850, something like that.
Okay, you put it on the market today. Yeah. Realistically, what kind of a price tag would a place like this bring you?
Rick is going to tell me to not get anything less than $200 a foot, which would put it at $360. New construction is going to go for $220. Plus, then you put whatever it's on the lake for. So. It's going to be $395, something like that. But, the insanity is, and you can look it up, we bought this for $168, 2018, 2019, and we literally prayed and put all our nickels together. It wasn't a sure thing. It's easy to look on the other side of success and go, wow, you knew that was going to. No, we didn't.
Yeah, but for somebody to have lakefront.
Yeah, Lake Point front.
Lake Point and lakefront property, like what you're looking at, in... they've got these developments in North Texas around Dallas. They're always popping up.
And the lake's about that deep.
Well, it's a much smaller lake. It's a glorified pond, and I mean the lots. The lots can be $30,000-$40,000.
Really?
I mean, if you're talking $400,000, that depends on where you're coming from. But that's a deal by any measurement. That's still a deal. We don't live in a lakefront place. If you don't live in a lakefront place, no harm, no foul. We don't live on a golf course, no harm, no foul.
But you're like a block from the lake.
Yeah, but you'll find people here. I mean, come on. We had an Airbnb host, and their little house was under 1,000 square feet. It was one of the oldest subdivisions in the whole place.
Really?
They've been here for 25 years. It's a perfectly lovely little house with a quaint little small bedroom at the basement. Well, it was Thanksgiving. I couldn't get in here any other way. So one year we came for we've been here for Thanksgiving every year since we started coming here.
3 or 4 years?
or 6.
Yeah, oh yeah, since you stayed, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, because we came in 2018.
And I've forgotten to mention, Thanksgiving books up months in advance. You need to really be on it.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I found a couple that had this little bedroom suite, and it was perfectly lovely, you know, and the deer were out there eating in their yard every morning, and yeah, it was great. And they were super lovely, you know. She brought us, you know, a plate, turkey, and they had friends over. They invited us to be part of it. That's to the point of your question. That's, to me, the big deal. Community's the big deal. That small town feeling, that knowing people, getting to know people, other people getting to know you, coming from a big metro area where everybody's got their head in their phone and everybody's head is down or looking up, and we're all monomaniacs on a mission, and that's not what if you wanted to live that way, you can. Nobody's going to judge you for it.
Sure.
But this is way more of a small town feel. And for a guy that hasn't grown up in a small town, I mean, I've told you.
Yeah, well, you did a show about it.
So, you know, Dennis is well known here. He's the extrovert, big shock, and that's great. But a guy like me, it can be great too, because I don't know. It's just, yeah, there's something to the whole community thing that I would have told you 6 years ago. You know, don't care. Me and Rhonda, we're good. I'm happy to just kind of sit in the corner and not be noticed, and you can do that, but I kind of like this level of it, you know?
Well, I want to hear, and I hope we have enough battery here. We'll do this very quickly. Tell me about you meeting your neighbors, because I mean, of all this, everything else could have been fabricated, but when you're walking on the street and you meet a neighbor, tell me about it.
Well, right out of the gate, we met our neighbor. Her name is Phyllis. She's 96 years old. 96. She's a widow. She's from Boston.
Boston?
And I met, and you can tell she's from Boston. So I go and I meet Phyllis. Straight away I'm hanging a clock in her kitchen. I'm bringing her trash back from the street.
You got the honeydews?
Well, it's what people do.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's what people do. You know, Stephen, friend of the show, lives on Lake Balboa. I mean, he and I were talking about it not long ago of just, you know, you see somebody next door and you can do something and you just do it. If you're in the city, you know, I wouldn't think of touching my neighbor's trash can.
Or walking into their house or hanging their clock or...
Well, no, it's just like there's no way they're going to call me and ask me for that. Her daughter did. Said, would you, she texted me and said, would you go, Mom's got this new clock. She's driving me crazy. She wants this thing on. And I said, sure, you know. I said, now, if it requires a whole bunch of handyman skills, I am not your guy. But that's cool stuff. That's really, really cool stuff. And honestly, other than saving some money and just pulling in and thinking, this is glorious, that people part of it's probably, that's the answer to your question.
That's how it changed you?
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, I expected that to some degree. Because, I mean, I've been here my whole life. I've been here 17 miles away down the road in Benton. I grew up. And I knew, we would see, pardon the term, city folks come in. We got to go. I'm like, turn that down a lot and enjoy that.
It takes a while, man.
It does. It takes a while, doesn't it?
It takes a while. I come back into the village, and this 40-mile-an-hour speed limit drives me out of my mind. Especially when I get behind somebody that won't go the speed limit. It's like 35, really?
I was going to say earlier that Rhonda said, I don't think your driving's changed any. That hadn't changed.
Oh, no. No, you hit the Metroplex, you better be in NASCAR mode or you're going to get killed. So it takes a while. You do a video about driving into Hot Springs.
Uh-huh. And I'm talking with Randy and Rhonda one day, and I was like, how much did you speed up this video? And Rhonda's like, he didn't speed it up at all. That's how fast he drives.
No,
I'm like,
I didn't.
Really?
I didn't speed it up. If you're a policeman out there, I respect the blue. Just steer clear and leave me alone.
Do exactly like Christy does.
I'm a good driver. I'm not reckless. Yeah. I don't put anybody in jeopardy. But, well, listen, in DFW, speed limit, it's just It's not even a suggestion.
No,
it's just we
a
have
guideline.
we got to put a number up there, so there it is, and
The highway department made us put a number here.
They don't care. Well, come on, you can't pull everybody over, and you literally would have to pull everybody.
That was kind of my thought when I drive in Dallas. I'm like, well, except for the guy in the low lane, me, and the other 22 people, there's no way.
I can give you the driving hint for Dallas. You get in a multi-lane highway, get immediately to the outside, and just go as fast as you can.
Stay with traffic.
Stay
up
in
the
that
convoy.
far left lane and just haul. That's the name of the game. Now, the drive between here and Dallas drives me crazy because here's my gripe about Arkansas drivers. And some Texans do it, but Arkansasians are way worse at it. Hanging out in the left lane. I don't care how fast I'm going. This is my lane. I'm staying here. Nobody's in the right lane. You're not passing anybody. We're staying over here anyway. Never mind that state law signs say left lanes for passing only.
It does say that, doesn't it?
So anyway,
I thought I saw that somewhere.
We're mad living all over the place right now. Yeah. Okay, we got to show you what we're looking at.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. It really is.
Okay.
Big clouds coming in. We've got a tropical storm hurricane rolling in soon.
Well, let's hope.
But it's we needed some
rain.
Yeah, windy willow needs the rain.
Yeah, we need the rain. Okay, real quick, just a thumbnail of what you can expect because here's what we're hearing from, and we're getting all kinds of feedback, and we appreciate it. hello@hsvinsideout.com. That's the email address, or you can go to the website, HSV Inside Out, and use the contact form. People want to know about the amenities. We're going to be doing shows about the amenities, including what will be the current kind of rate sheet. It's all subject to change.
Mm-hmm. The budget's just been proposed, so yeah.
Yeah, so that includes golf courses, that includes pickleball, that includes
pickleball, tennis,
whatever else.
Well, lake launch fees, boat permit fees. I mean, just fill in the blank. All the stuff that it takes to run a city.
Yeah. Well, because people want to know, okay, what am I looking at?
Right.
We hear from a lot of you that are trying to budget, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what would my cost be? One of the big ones here is water, which includes some other stuff,
and sewer. Yeah.
And it's weird. Yeah. I'll just tell you straight up, it's weird because we buy the house and the first water bill is like 5,000 gallons. Okay, well, you're billed every other month. So it's 2 months worth. And I'm like, we're not even there.
How'd you use 5,000 gallons?
There's no way we use 5,000 gallons. Yeah. Okay, and then you look at the fine print. Well, that's a minimum billing. You're going to be billed for 5,000 gallons. So there's that's a really big act of stupidity, in my opinion, for conserving water. So don't conserve water.
Yeah, blow it up for the first 5,000. Yeah,
because you're going to get billed for 5,000 gallons. You might as well use them.
Exactly. Well, and
which is stupid, and I don't do that, but you do pay for it.
Yeah.
So the long and short of it is, every other month I'm going to get a bill for roughly, it's going to be under $200.
Yeah.
But it's going to be $160, $180 something. That's what you could expect.
But people are looking for gotchas, and I don't think besides water. And it's not a gotcha, but is there anything that, oh, by the way, you're moving to South Florida, and oh, by the way, the hurricane insurance is going to be 3 times your house value, that kind of thing.
And oh, by the way, you're going to have trouble getting homeowners insurance because insurance companies are leaving Florida like, nobody's business.
Exactly.
No, you're not going to, there's no
gotchas.
There's no gotcha. We've been a homeowner now for a year and a half in here. Prior to that, we owned a piece of property that Dennis sold us, and
that they're building on now.
They are.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
I'm eager
they
to
are.
see that. That's beautiful.
I am too. But no gotchas. Just some stuff that you don't understand. So we're going to try to do a better job of helping you understand some of that stuff in the future. But meanwhile, you want to come and you want to visit a place like this, it's the way to do it.
It's literally glorious. Let me hold just for a sec. I'm gonna here. There we go. Back down on us. I tell you, it's just phenomenal.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.